Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop appeared before the court. The special court met once again at Freedom Hall in Juba. This was another day in the ongoing trial involving First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar and several other senior SPLIO officials. One of the people who spoke before the court was Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop. He currently serves as the Deputy Chief of Defense Force and is also acting Chief of Staff of the SPLA-IO. During the hearing, the judge asked him several questions about a military detention center known as Jamus ground. The question focused on who controls the detention center, why it exists, and whether it operates within the law. Lieutenant General Duop gave clear answer from his own point of view. According to reports that have been discussed over the year, Jamus ground is an underground military detention center in Juba. It has often been mentioned in public discussion about military arrest and detention. During the court hearing, the judge wanted to know which military force controlled the facility. One of the judges asked Lieutenant General Duop whether the detention center belonged to the SPLA-IO or to the South Sudan People Defense Force, also known as the SSPDF. This question became one of the most important moments of the day's hearing. Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop told the court that, according to his understanding, Jamus ground is operated by the Military Intelligence Directorate of the SSPDF, South Sudan People Defense Force. He explained that military intelligence is a unit inside the National Army. However, he argued that the detention center itself does not follow the normal military legal system. According to his testimony, military prison should normally be managed by the military police. He said that military intelligence should not create or run its own prison. During his testimony, he claimed that the facility was created to mistreat soldiers instead of following proper military procedures. These comments were made as part of his defense before the court. At the time of the hearing, the prosecution did not immediately respond to this specific statement. The judges continue asking more questions. One judge want to know whether Lieutenant General Duop had ever visited Jamus ground while serving as Deputy Chief of Defense Forces. The question was important because someone holding such a senior military position might normally be expecting to know about military detention facility. Lieutenant General Duop answered that before his own arrest, he did not know that such a detention center existed. He said the only military prison he knew was the one operated by the military police. He also told the court that at one point in the past, a committee was formed to review the case of hundreds of prisoners who were being held in the military police prison. According to his testimony, that prison was the official detention facility he recognized. He said Jamus ground was unknown to him until after he was arrested. The statement made by Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop are significant because they form part of his defense in the ongoing trial. His testimony presents his own account of how military detention facility operate. The court will consider his statement together with evidence from the prosecution, testimony from other witnesses, and any additional evidence presented during the trial. It is important to remember that these are claims made during court proceedings. The judges have not yet reached a final decision about the issues discussed in court. The trial is still continuing, and both the prosecution and the defense will have further opportunities to present their arguments. The hearing showed that the court is carefully examining many parts of the case, rather than focusing only on the events surrounding the charges. The judges are also asking questions about military structure, detention procedures, and the responsibilities of senior officials. This question may help the court better understand the different arguments presented by both sides. As the hearing continues, more witnesses and defendants are expected to give their testimony. A session adds new information that the judges will later consider before reaching their final judgment. This case remains one of the most closely watched legal proceedings in South Sudan because it involves senior political and military leaders and follow events that have drawn national and international attention. The defense lawyers say they were blocked from meeting Dr. Riek Machar. Now let's turn to another major issue that came before the court. While Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop was presenting his defense, another dispute developed inside the courtroom. This time, the discussion was not about military operation or detention facilities. Instead, it focused on whether Dr. Riek Machar lawyer were allowed to meet their client before he gave his defense. This issue quickly became one of the main topics during the day's hearing. According to this report, different lawyers representing Dr. Machar told the court that they face serious problems while trying to prepare for the next stage of the trial. According to the defense team, the court had already approved their request to visit Dr. Riek Machar. The purpose of the visit was to discuss his defense and help him prepare for his testimony before the judges. The lawyer explained that after receiving the court's approval, they went to meet their client. However, they say they were not allowed to enter and speak with Dr. Riek Machar. According to the defense, security officials stopped the meeting from taking place. The lawyer argued that this prevented them from carrying out one of their most important responsibility, preparing their client for court. They told the judge that without private legal consultation, it became difficult to organize proper defense. One member of the defense team addressed the court and described the event. He explained that the legal team had followed the proper court procedures before arranging the visit. According to him, permission had already been granted several days earlier. The lawyer believed that all legal requirements had been completed, but when they arrived for the meeting, they say security officers informed them that they could not proceed. The defense argued that this unexpected decision delayed their work and affect their preparation. They asked the court to recognize the problem and ensure that they would be allowed to meet their client before the next hearing. According to the lawyers, every person standing trial should have the opportunity to consult with legal counsel before appearing in court. They say this is an important part of preparing a defense. After hearing the complaint, the prosecution gave its own explanation. The lead prosecutor acknowledged that the court had approved the defense team requested to visit Dr. Machar. He also said that the prosecution itself had not objected to the planned meeting. However, the prosecutor explained that another issue had delayed the visit. According to his statement, because Dr. Machar remained under the custody of security authorities, additional administrative approval was required before the meeting could take place. The prosecutor told the court that once the defense lawyer informed security officials about the court order, the officer handling the matter said they first needed to report to their senior leadership. He explained that the request reached security official later in the afternoon. Because of the limited time remaining in the day, the necessary approval was not completed before working hour ended. As a result, the meeting did not happen. The prosecution presented this as an administrative delay rather than an international or than an intentional refusal. The prosecution also raised another concern during the hearing. According to the prosecutor, one lawyer who was expected to join the visit was not listed as an officially approved member of Dr. Machar legal team. The prosecutions argued that allowing someone whose name did not appear on the court official list could create unnecessary security concern. The prosecutor asked the court to consider this matter before authorizing future visit. This became another point of discussion between both sides inside the courtroom. While the defense focused on gaining access to their client, the prosecution emphasized the need to follow existing procedures regarding legal representation. After listening carefully to both sides, the presiding judge made his ruling. The judge ordered that Dr. Machar lawyer should be allowed to meet him before the next court session. He instructed that the meeting should take place the following morning at the scheduled time. However, the judge also made it clear that only lawyer whose name officially appear on the court approved list would be allowed to participate in the visit. This instruction was intended to avoid further disagreement over who could attend. The judge reminded everyone that court order should be respected. He also warned against unnecessary delay that could interfere with the progress of the trial. According to the judge, the court expects cooperation from all parties so that the legal process can continue without interruption. Why this matter? Meeting between lawyer and their client are an important part of many legal system. They give defendant the opportunity to understand the charges against them, review evidence, discuss legal argument, and prepare for questioning in court. In this case, the defendant argued that access to their client was necessary before Dr. Riek Machar present his own testimony. The court decision aimed to ensure that preparation could continue before the next hearing. Whether the meeting proceed as ordered will likely become clearer when the trial resumes. After resolving the issue, the court announced that the hearing would continue on Friday. Many observers are now waiting for Dr. Machar's defense, which is expected to be one of the most closely watched moments of the entire trial. His testimony could become an important stage in the proceeding as the court continues to hear argument from both the prosecution and the defense. Until then, attention remains focused on whether all court instruction will be fully implemented and whether the next hearing will proceed as scheduled. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.